Good morning. Pause due to poor connection. Okay, here we go. Good morning. Tuesday thoughts. Cool little Instagram. My new little filter on Instagram. I love it. All right. Listening to a new album that my friend Trick gave me. It's the 1995 Kruder and Dorfmeister. I think it's a smash hit, or maybe it's a totally new album. But if you don't know Kruder and Dorfmeister, it's some cool vibes. Some old school for me. So it's bringing it back. So 10 o'clock here on Eastern Time. And we making shift happen here. This is my new Metamorfize mug. You can get them on my shop, metamorfize.com. Hit the shop button. Ow! I have other ones. I have a wake and make. You know what I'm saying? You gotta wake and make some money, wake and make some moves, wake and make some positive thinking, wake and make waves. And I have another one that says think, breathe, move, manifest. It's all about waking up and having some positivity in your life. So speaking of positivity, what's up everyone waving at me? Nice. Hey, on Instagram. So today we're talking about the unknown. The unknown. All right, so let's just gather here. If you're joining me and you're going to stick around, just give me a little icon. Any icon. What is the unknown icon for you? For me, it was like the black hole, actually. Like there was a black circle in the icons that I was using for this theme. It's like, this music's like a combination of like jazzy, ambient, but then there's one moment where it busts out into a little drum and bass, which is cool. Not on this track, on a different track. Thank you, Alibaba. I know, this is a cool filter today, right? Hair up. It's getting winter vibes over here. Anyway, all right, let's dive in today. 10 o'clock, I like to be on time, respecting time. Time respects me. Just like money, I love money. Money loves me. Okay. All right, Kruder, I'm going to go chill vibes here on the volume. Okay. The unknown. I think one of my favorite sayings is the unknown is more known than it seems. And I love that because, well, I'm going to be sharing a bunch of different resources, but I have this one line in an audio that I made, and it says, well, the unknown is more known than it seems. It's hiding inside future moments of the now. I love that like concept of the unknown is hiding inside future moments of the now. And we are having a bad connection on Instagram, so this is interesting. This is what I want to basically say about the unknown, is that the unknown is a necessary space of the void that we must go through to have transformation, to have change, for creation to take place. I mean, it goes along with a lot of the duality talks. It's kind of like you can't have one without the other, in the sense of like the matter, the known. It's like it's kind of the yin and yang. It's like this has to fit into this. This being the void, this is an empty space, and this has to go into it. So I feel like the unknown gets like a bad rap. First of all, we're all afraid of it, and there's nothing wrong with being afraid of it. You know, I think that if we change our perspective on it, then it can become less scary, because what I said earlier is that it is actually more known than it seems, because the now is giving us clues into the later. For instance, your mind, your thoughts are literally creating the reality around you. So the unknown is actually being created by moments of your thoughts, by moments of what you're thinking of now. And if you take a moment to ask yourself, is this are my thoughts supporting what I want to create next in my life, or are they not? Are they basically, oh, I heard this Russell Brand quote the other day. It was so good. Worrying is praying for what you don't want. I was like, I remember actually literally listening and I go, oh, like that, because I was like, worrying is praying for what you don't want. And that's just such an example of like how powerful your mind is. So for me, the unknown is scary, but what I end up doing is attaching myself, okay, to what I do know, and letting that guide me into the next, instead of having to always know the whole thing mapped out before we even get started. I have this other line in the Rise program that I teach. Is a 3-month program, which I think it's coming again in 2021. I've got that download in my meditation this morning. Speaking of the unknown, is I go into meditation and I basically like explore the unknown. I explore my mind moving towards and around different ideas and seeing what shows up for me to be known. And one of the things that came to me was to do that Rise program. And in the Rise program, one of the chapters is the unknown, because this is how important it is to develop a relationship with the unknown. Is that one of the things is that we hold ourselves hostage to the familiar. Now, I'll always say it, like, not everything that's familiar and not all of our stories are bad, but we do need to question it. Is this familiar holding us in a stagnant place, or inside of just not moving? It's status quo, when really we have thoughts of wanting to grow. And as humans, we want to evolve. And a part of the evolution process, as far as like personal development from my lens, is moving through a space of the unknown. So our mind loves to play tricks on us, telling us that this space of nothingness, like this unknown space, is empty. But actually, it is the space of possibilities, and it's full of opportunities if you choose to see it that way, and can step into the unknown as this portal, this passageway to what you want next. And it comes with this idea of not always needing to know. And this topic really means something to me, because I'll admit it, like I was, maybe still am on some level, like a know-it-all, as at least to myself. The unknown is infinite potential. Yes, totally. Oh, and I love your name, Unfolding into Being. That's awesome. Unlimited potential. So what I was going to say is, like, me being a little bit of a know-it-all, as far as like I always had to know and I always had to be right, and I always had to like Virgo it out and plan it and know so much, that me embracing this like passageway of not knowing in my life has definitely been one of the places I've been growing. And I'm in it right now, actually. Like, I'm in a time in my life where there's so many unknowns that actually it spiraled me down into a lot of confusion. And I have an art piece that says confusion is just clarity in disguise. So I was swirling in my confusion with a smile and kind of laughing, because I was like, you know what? This is going to lead me out into the other side. So what I did was I attached to what I do know. I attached to the few things. There was only one, then it grew to two. And I started to really have to get real with myself. Okay, well, what do you know? Take many tiny actions there, and don't worry about the big picture right now. And trust. I've really had to go into trust. I think the unknown asks us to go into trust, to really embrace the thing we cannot see, to have faith that what we do in this moment, the actions that we're taking, especially if we're going through a lens of, is this something that is building me or destroying me? Shout out to, you know who that is for, if you're watching this. Healthy choices, like if you're making the healthy choice moment to moment, that you trust that it will unfold into being, right? Into a healthy being. I don't know your real name, so I just love that. unfold into healthy being. That's so amazing. I'm just checking. If you have any questions about the unknown, just pop them in here, and I will check them out. All right. So what else do I want to say about the unknown today? Getting to know how you move through the unknown, kind of developing your own relationship of it, as I mentioned, is an important phase of growing, and it will serve you over and over again. Because if you think about it, if it's one of the places where you can open up to the possibilities and get yourself out of something familiar, it has to do with the pivot. In the Rise program, actually, the chapter before this is the pivot. Because if you allow yourself to leave the familiar, which could be an identity, could be a behavior, a thought form, people, could be lots of things, habits. If you allow yourself to pivot, you're going to go through this passageway of the unknown. And the more, I think that training ourselves to go through that gracefully is kind of the dance of life, because we white knuckle it sometimes. And then we go like boom into this space of the unknown, and then naturally we want to go back. And I think this is the key, is that it's okay to go back and do this dance for a little bit, because the old you and the new you are in negotiation. They're like, are you sure? Are you sure? Are you sure? I don't know. Should we do it? And then you're like, hopefully the mind mastery trainings that you have, and like the strength in your discipline, and that you're able to even pull back from this from happening and say, I choose the new. And then you go down that cycle until you hit your next pivot. I mean, it is cyclical. So yeah, that's kind of the cycle is that you emerge on the other side in a higher frequency, in a more elevated way, because you are able to navigate your mind mostly. And when you navigate your mind through that, that's where I think that the strength comes in, the mind discipline and the self mastery, and really feeling like you're in the driver's seat. Then you feel rebooted, you have a refined feeling, and then you're ready for the next experience. And then you do it all over again. All right, so this poem I have, and there's going to be an audio link I'll put here on Insight Timer, where I call it The Unknown is a Fraud. So okay, as scary as it can be to become willing to dive into the infinite mystery with wild curiosity. Great word. Yes, so important. Curiosity curiosity are probably the most powerful and potent things that you can bring to moving through the unknown, because it's like you're just open, like you're playing, and it's curious, like a kid like energy. Great point that you are allowed to pull back to your comfort zone, but with a new awareness. Yes, unfolding into being. I often talk about like the needle on a record analogy, which has a lot to do with, like, if you imagine the groove, the familiar is a groove that you have well worn in that record. And when you make this change to go into the unknown, literally you're putting the groove of that needle, hitting the needle onto a place on the record, there's no groove. And so it's natural that it's going to fall back into the old groove. And the work is actually picking it back up and moving it to that space on the record that had no groove. And then knowing that it's going to fall back. We're not perfect. We can't make that change overnight, especially if we've been in a habit for so long, the habit hole. It's like the more we can actually be realistic with how change works, which is why my whole process is called the science of change. And you learn how change works, you know that of course you're going to go back to your comfort zone. That's why it's called comfort zone, until you have the negotiation, until you have that realization or until you've moved the needle into this new groove enough times where it holds longer and longer and longer each time, that then you go, this is my new normal. And then we do it all over again. And I think that I always mention we do it all over again, because the more we can be aware that these are cycles, and that each time it's kind of like you strengthen and elevate, and then you do it again and again, just to know how you move through change. So there's this mini little poem that I wrote in my audio. I write poetic meditations, that's what I call them. And this one was called The Unknown is a Fraud. I'm going to leave you with this, and then we're going to pick a tarot card for the unknown today. So the unknown is more known than it seems, hiding inside future moments of the now. Why are we so scared of what we don't know, of what we can't see, of the unknown? Everything we know now, we once didn't. We learn and we know. The unknown is just moments waiting patiently to be realized. No need to rush to get there. Just be here in the present moment with your heart beating and your breath flowing in and out, in and out. Each breath brings in the unknown, transforming it to the known. So let's take a moment right now and just breathe in. Close your eyes. Breathe in the unknown. Breathe out the known. Breathe in the trust. Breathe out love. Breathe in openness. And for you, unfolding being, let's breathe out curiosity and attachment to the familiar. Let go of your attachment to the familiar, your current story, your programming, your agenda. It's holding you back from expansion, from growth, from change. It's holding you back from experiencing the excitement and discovery of fresh new moments of the now, moments of the unknown, moments of memories waiting in line to be seen, to be heard, to be experienced. These moments are your life. These moments are created and defined by you and your relationship with the unknown. The unknown is so beautiful in its mystery. The unknown is so vast in its opportunity. The unknown is your friend, not your enemy. Your fear of it is. Don't be scared. Embrace the power of what you know and let it guide you. And the affirmation to work with this week is, I always know. So that's my little poem. Hope you enjoyed it. You can go listen on Insight Timer, which I would appreciate because you can friend me there, follow me there, comment me there. Let's pick a card for today. I've been wanting to do some of my poetry like this. So for anyone who's listening, thanks for receiving me today. All right, here it is. The unknown card that we're going to pick is coming at you right 2, 3, 4 here. Boom. Ooh, perfect. Well, they're all perfect. Turning inward. I mean, this is kind of what I was talking about with my meditation. Turning inward, going into the darkness inside, the unknown. It's like you're just kind of swimming in your own cosmic darkness. But it's so beautiful because it's for me, meditation is just like a swimming and a dancing inside myself to awaken the dormant unknown. Because if it's already known and we're just kind of waking it up, we're going to it to realize it, to listen to it, to find it, to seek it out. I don't know, whatever word fits you in the moment. But turning in will definitely help you reveal the unknown. All right, so this is Tuesday Thoughts on the Unknown. This was so fun. This card has all this chatter, and sometimes we get distracted by the chatter. And so going in to really be able to hear the known, what you do know, and to reveal what is next. Awaken. Yeah. Thank you for joining me here today, Unfolding into Being. I'm going to check you out. Thank you so much. All right. So this is Tuesday Thoughts. The magic happens on my Facebook group. It's called Next Level Manifestors. It's on Facebook. It's a private group where we do a lot of manifesting. And you can find it on my profile if you're on Instagram. So I'm really excited. Yay! Have an amazing week of discovering the unknown, of awakening the known, enjoying being curious and play. And I will see you all around the interwebs and next week for, stay tuned. I'm not going to tell you right now. All right. Peace out, everyone. One love. One love.